Welcome back to the Fifth Quarter Sportscast. I'm Jared Judy. I'm here, as usual, with my buddy Todd Corley. And we just finished up some Week 18 football. How you feeling?
For me, it's the scene in Wolf of Wall Street where Jonah Hill whips his thing out and starts going at it to Margot Robbie. Did you ask? No, you asked me a whole different question. Yeah, no, we're good. No, we're good. We're really good.
I feel like you might have pre-gamed to that before the start of this, but that's neither here nor there.
I misheard you. I'm so sorry. I thought you
did
said
you?
that I
Did
was
you?
on Epstein's list.
Did you? Did you mishear
You didn't
me?
say that, though, did you? You
No.
didn't say that at all. Oh,
No,
shit.
not quite.
I got some
But
kibble in my ears. Sorry.
yeah, you got something. Well, with that,
now.
we did just finish up the Week 18 last week of the regular season in the NFL here, and there was a small handful of not really. There was a small handful of some upsets, but for the most part, a lot of people were playing a bunch of backups, saving their guys for the playoffs, and a bunch of other teams just trying to make a run at some draft pick seedings, maybe. But we'll start off with the poll here, and then we'll dive in because we got plenty to talk about. Our poll with the NFL regular season in the books and teams resting players for playoffs. Which of the outcomes surprised you the most? We had the Saints over the Falcons, Bucks over the Panthers, Seahawks over the Cardinals, Giants over the Eagles. Giants over the Eagles, 100%. I don't know. I didn't really think that was most surprising because the Eagles are they've been on like a 4 or 5 game slid, and they look terrible. I'm not surprised by that at all. They got beat up with a bunch of injuries. Seahawks over the Cardinals. I mean, okay. Bucks over the Panthers. I mean, 9-0. Really, that's neither team's really that flashy, in my opinion. I would have went. I didn't vote in this, but I would have went with Saints over the Falcons because not only did neither team have really anything to play for at that time, but yeah, they beat the living shit out of the Falcons to the point that they got Arthur Smith fired. It was not even close. Basically Seattle. If they won, Green Bay lost. Saints lost. Seattle gets in. If Green Bay and Seattle both lost, then the Saints got in. But if Green Bay wins, neither team got in. So the Saints really basically were just playing for hope at that point. But, hey, when you got nothing to play for and you blow out your rival to the point of where you get the opposing coach fired, you get him pissed off, and he's motherfucking the opposing coach coming across the 50. Hats off to you guys.
Jameis Winston is a national treasure.
Speaking of which, they said that whole conversation about it was their decision or whatever to get not Jameson. Yeah, I was thinking of the receiver from Detroit. They wanted to get him a touchdown in the season because he hasn't had one. That just blew me away that he hasn't had a touchdown all season when. Was it last year or 2 years ago where that guy was
like 50 of them last year?
Yeah, he was a freaking touchdown machine. I think he had more touchdowns than carries, and I don't even know if that maths out.
It's science. It worked.
Yeah. So when I heard that, I was like, "What? He doesn't have a touchdown yet? Like that guy was a freaking machine."
He earned it.
Yeah,
That was glorious. I could listen to Jameis Winston post-game press conferences for eternity.
So who's better? Him or the Jair Alexander after the coin toss and the captain?
I don't know, man. It's like asking which kid I like more.
Which is it?
Oh boy, I don't know, man. Depends on the day. Some days I like me some Jameis. He's got that stupid.
How did they both not play at? How did they both not play at Florida State? Is my question.
I don't think either one of them went to school.
Well, that's debatable.
Free Seafood University.
Yeah.
FSU.
Free crab legs, all you can eat. Let's jump into some of the games here. Kind of run down through some of these. Some not a whole lot to talk about. Some of them they got some playoff implications, so we can kind of touch on some of that stuff. But we'll start off with the first Saturday game, the Steelers-Ravens. Steelers do get the win over the Ravens 17-10. Ravens sat a decent amount of their guys, so not really surprising there. Steelers, again, did get the win, but the big takeaway from that is TJ Watt did end up with I think it was a grade 2 MCL sprain. He's now listed as out for this upcoming wild card game, so that's going to be a huge blow to their defense because he's pretty much that whole team. So that's not going to work out well for them.
If you're not all in, you're not in at all.
Yeah, and who do they play? Who the heck do they even play? Oh, the Bills. Good luck with that. Yeah,
they're going to get throttled.
Yeah, not going to go well.
Double digit point spread in the playoffs.
It's not the most ideal time to get injured, but I mean, not a whole lot you can do. Not a whole lot you can do about it, but it does kind of suck with all these injuries adding up. That's probably the one marquee guy you can't afford to have an injury with. But we'll move on here to the next one. The Houston Texans versus the Colts. Texans get the win, 23-19. I don't know that the Texans had a whole lot of guys sitting, I don't believe. I know Stroud played. I think a lot of their starters played. But they do get the win.
I'll tell you who played. Nico Collins played. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he had an okay day. 9 for 195 and a touchdown. I guess that's ideal. And the sad part is, did he have? I know we obviously we both bet on it, but I know Schultz had incentives. But did Collins? I don't believe I saw anything on him.
No, not that I saw.
Well, he will now next year.
Let it get out of his system because he's about to get shut the fuck down this week.
Oh yeah, that too.
Good luck with that defense.
Moving to the Sunday games, though, we had we already mentioned this a little bit earlier. We got the Falcons and the Saints, 48-17. Saints just blasted the Falcons, like it, not even close. Jaguars, Titans. Titans get the win. What do we think? Do we think Derrick Henry's gone? Do we think Tannehill's gone? Sure seemed that way.
Oh, yeah. Derrick Henry's out there like posting his goodbyes. Thank you, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's been real. You ran the fucking balls off me. I got nothing left. Levis is the future.
But, I mean,
that was pretty much verbatim. That was like a direct quote. You ran the balls off me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tennessee. Kristen Cavallari. You sucked me dry.
Yeah.
Going somewhere else.
But I mean, I don't even know where he goes at this point because he's at the tail end. It's kind of like an Ezekiel Elliott situation where he was at his prime, and that was probably as good as they're going to get. Now, I don't think he's going to be able to handle that volume. He's going to start breaking down more.
I bet he goes to Denver.
Yeah, they could use him out there. He wouldn't be bad. He wouldn't be bad there. I don't want to see him there, but then again, I wouldn't be concerned because for how much they would use him, he could be pretty decent at Minnesota because Minnesota's got nobody.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell to do with running backs.
Not since AP. Minnesota did the same thing to him, ran the heck out of him too. But regardless, Tennessee did get the win. Minnesota, Detroit. Detroit was not really playing for seeding at this point, I don't believe. I think they were locked into the second seed regardless, or the third seed regardless, because of losing to Dallas stupidly with the refs the week before. But they played all their starters, I believe, the whole game. They got the win 30-20, but it came in came at the expense of their tight end, Laporta. He did go down with an apparent knee injury. I think they said it wasn't anything major, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be playing this week. I haven't heard exactly what it is or the extent, but I don't think he's supposed to play.
They covered the spread, and he might play. He's got a chance. He's not out.
I mean, I'll put it this way. It's going to be huge if he does because they need him. He's like check down Charlie. Like he's an animal, and he's got to have, if not leading, he's got to be like second or third on the list as far as touchdowns this year. Like I feel he's been down the second, back stretch of the season. He's been racking them up. But
makes you almost forget Hawkinson.
Yeah. Everybody ridiculed how crazy of a trade that was, and how basically the Lions were punting, getting rid of him. It didn't seem like it mattered. Laporta basically stepped right in. But that's a big blow, obviously, for them if he can't go. We got the Jets and the Patriots. Jets taking down the Patriots for the first time in God knows how long, 17-3. Could be Bills' last game. I don't know. Who knows what that's going to happen? I mean, anything could happen there. That who knows what that mess is going to be, because he's got, he wears every hat in the building. So I don't know how basically the owner is the only one that could fire him, because the GM, which is himself, can't fire himself or wouldn't fire himself. But we'll see how that pans out. We got a shootout with the Buccaneers and the Panthers, 9-0. Congratulations, Baker Mayfield. You went 20 of 32, 137, no touchdowns, and sacked 3 times. Yeah, I mean, you went 9-8. I'm not really sure what to say about that. Good luck. I mean, I don't know. I don't see him going that far, my opinion.
All the way.
You would love it, wouldn't you? What would be the irony if they had to play Cleveland?
Sweet justice.
He'd be on his ass an awful lot, I'll tell you that. But speaking of Cleveland, they sat a bunch of guys. I think
we're just trying to get that whole AFC North to the playoffs.
They did they sit almost their whole entire offense, didn't they?
I mean, everybody they could. They had enough to field a team.
Yeah, everybody was making a big deal out of it. Stupid idiots on social media and pundits like, "Oh, the Browns, they got beat." Well, they had nothing to play for. They were already locked up anyway. What's the point? No, they're looking forward to next week. Which, don't get me wrong, that typically doesn't happen for a Cleveland team.
What are they playing for?
Yeah, I mean, they already have the playoffs locked up, so it's stupid to put your players out there and get them hurt. But Bengals did get the win, 31-14. Bengals literally had nothing to play for anyway at that point. So, yeah.
Brownie was playing for his snowsuit bunny girlfriend in the press
that was
box
the that was the only thing anybody in Cincinnati was playing for.
Good for you, Jake Browning. You go, Jake Browning.
It's a shame because whenever Burrow comes back, we're never going to see that again.
I mean, I am. I bought a subscription, OnlyFans. Best $60 a month I've ever spent. Yes.
Okie doke. I feel like we just came a full 360 from the start of the show here.
After dark.
After hours.
Woo!
But yeah, speaking of after dark, we'll transition. I don't know how we transition out of that, but Seahawks, Cardinals. At one point, Cardinals were leading, I think.
Hell yeah, Cardinals don't give a shit about the draft pick. They're out to ruin lives.
Yeah, they're spoiler at this point, but they were ahead to Seahawks, and Seahawks basically had to win to even get a shot. And they barely squeaked by 21-20. For as bad as the Cardinals were projected to be this year, I mean, they finished 4-13. Everyone was talking like they were going to be Carolina bad, but they've basically been spoiler to a couple different teams. I don't know. Even if Seattle would have got in, I don't think Seattle would have went that far, to be honest, if you're barely beating an Arizona team. But, whatever. Speaking of another team that's not doing very good at all, Philadelphia, they lose to the Giants 27-10. I don't know what the hell's going on with Philly. I don't see them making it that far, though. But good Lord. They've lost what? I think 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've lost 4 out of the last 5. Like, that's not ideal for a team that supposedly was the NFC darlings to be the number 1 seed. They've completely fell apart. I don't see how they go past round 1, in my opinion. I honestly think the Buccaneers might get them. I think they might beat them. I don't want them to.
I don't know, man. Hard for me to trust any team that can only muster 3 field goals against the 2-15 Panthers.
Yeah, but I mean, at one point,
winning's winning. You know, I put a fucking dollar bet on a minus 2,500. I won.
I mean,
what did I really win? What did I win?
I mean, you look at it though. At the end of the first half, the Giants were up 24-0 on Philly. So I mean,
I don't think it's going to take much to beat that little muffin hand bastard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like it probably could take 3 field goals. I don't know.
Monday. What a game there, huh? What a game.
Well, the big thing with the Eagles, too, it doesn't help, is have we heard anything on A.J. Brown? He did go down with a knee injury, but I have not seen or really heard anything on him.
No, I don't know. What are they saying on him? It says likely minor. Oh, it looked bad. He looked like he was hurt.
It didn't look ideal, but I don't think I saw ACL, so I don't know if it's just like a sprain. I don't know, but I mean, they need him.
Probably his pride for probably hurt his pride playing on that shithole.
Well, I mean, when you're down 24-0, anything is hurt.
God, I'd get out of that one too. Tap out,
Yeah. But another close one, we had Rams 49ers. I know this was kind of basically a formality. Didn't really matter. The Rams basically were, playing for playoffs, but they already had the 6th seed, I believe, locked up. But they sat a bunch of guys. They had Carson Wentz out there taking a shot at his career again. I think the 49ers had a lot of their guys sitting offense and defense. But they did have Puka Nacua out there and basically wanted him to get the rookie record. And then the second he broke the record, get him out. But,
exactly right.
Yeah, he did hit his incentives. He broke the rookie records for single season receptions and yards at 105 receptions and 1,486 yards. I'll tell you what, Cooper Kupp, when he's healthy, he's great, but when he's not, they look horrible. But the fact that you have basically a younger Cooper Kupp, hell, tell Cooper go a couple quarters and be done. Like, you don't really need him with freaking Nacua on the field. Like, he's unreal. He's unbelievable this year.
He's the real deal, man.
He is. It's a good thing they have him, too, because they don't have to rely so heavily on Kupp now. They can kind of spread the ball around, so that definitely helps. Moving on, we got the Raiders, Broncos. Raiders finishing strong, 27-14 over the Broncos. They're basically trying to fight to lock up that job for Antonio Pierce. They're trying to make a case for him, keep him as the long-term here. I know the coaching carousel is kind of starting up now, but yeah, they're trying to make a case for him. We'll see how that pans out. Chiefs, Chargers, another disgusting game. Chiefs basically sat a bunch of guys. Chargers really had nothing to play for. 13-12, Chiefs get the win. I kind of feel like the Chiefs are the AFC version of the Eagles. Like, they are not playing to what we normally expect. I don't know what to think of them either. Like, typically they would be coming out guns blazing, and they're not. What do you think? Do you think they have a chance to go far?
Nope. Dead in the water. Toast. They may as well not even show up.
I mean, I think if for somehow they manage to flip the switch, it's not out of the question. Everyone's always like, "Oh, well, you got Mahomes, you got Kelsey, you got a shot." But I've not seen that really at all this whole season.
Not this year.
I don't know one game that I can think of off the top of my head where it was like, yep, they were down by 20-some points and they turned it on. Like, it just never happened. The one game that I thought it was going to happen was the Vegas a couple weeks ago. I'm like, oh, they're down by 15 points, 17 points. Now's when they're going to turn it on. And it just never happened. I don't know.
I'll take the points this week. I'll tell you that. Give me Dolphins. Yeah, although it is going to be cold. Yeah, there's like a whole thing. That's like a whole temperature thing.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Take the under.
For sure. For sure. Well, they got enough issues of their own over there. Dallas Commanders. Dallas gets the win. No surprise here. 38-10 over the Commanders. Bills, Dolphins. That was a lot closer, I think, than what people were expecting. I actually kind of thought the Dolphins were going to squeak out that one. Bills do get the win. Dolphins, they are beat up. I would like to see them go far, but they did replenish some defensive guys. They signed a few veterans, but man, they've taken a beating. They got
Terry
guys.
Hill ain't right.
Well, no, add him to plenty of people on the defensive side of the ball. That's just left and right. I just feel like not ideal for them. But with that being said, they did sign 3 guys. So hopefully, maybe, I don't know how much they're going to step in. I mean, at this point, they kind of have to. They signed.
They can help turn off the fire of Tyreek Hill's house. Good
so, yeah. Well, they need all hands on deck.
Jesus Christ.
Justin Houston, they signed Bruce Irvin and Malik Reed. So hopefully, they can find a way to. What's that?
Well, 3 irrelevance.
Well, I mean, at this point, you just need bodies because they're kind of running out of bodies. Guys are dropping left and right, so you need somebody to field. But we will see whether or not they make any kind of impact going forward in the postseason.
They're playing in the cold.
Yeah, well, yeah. Those playoff checks, though, are nice, I'm sure. But looking at some of the breaking news, obviously the Week 18 Sunday, once that finishes up, everyone looks forward to the Black Monday coaching carousel. And it's basically a fire sale for some teams to clean house and start over. So with that being said, some of the few things that happened, I think it was earlier in the week, Dalvin Cook was released by the Jets and signed with the Ravens. I don't think he was there for this game, though, was he? I don't believe. I know he didn't play, but I don't think he was there with them yet, was he?
Good question. Yeah, I didn't see anything, but how's that different from any other goddamn game this season?
Well, I was going to say, if he did, he probably had just as much of an impact either way.
Nothing.
Yeah. But it is starting to light up, like I said, starting to get real active on the coaching carousel here. Coordinators, coaches, teams firing people left and right, moving on. One of the first ones, Atlanta. Let's go Arthur Smith. The Giants let go their special teams coordinator. Wink Martindale also resigned, I guess. Did you read anything about that?
Nope, I don't read, Jared. If it doesn't show up in a picture on my phone, I don't read it.
Well, it was actually a picture and a few texts, so it was kind of hand in hand. It was funny.
Words.
Apparently, he didn't even. I guess the team was trying to get a hold of him, and he just ghosted him. Like, no call, no show. Just didn't even show up. Didn't do nothing. He just. Who knows if the story's true? But apparently, he just got on the plane, and there's pictures of him like hanging out in the airport, and he's on the first jet out of there down to Sarasota. Fuck New York. I'm going down to Florida. And yeah, so then I guess he just, I don't know if he texted them or what, and was just like, yeah, I ain't coming back.
Nice.
So apparently that's the story anyway. But Carolina further cleans house down in Charlotte, getting rid of Frank Reich. They did get rid of the GM, Scott Fitterer. I think the next move is somebody needs to get rid of Tepper. The guy's an idiot. They've had more coaching changes, and it's like you get about a 3-week window to win games, and if you don't, you're out. Like that guy has zero patience. So it'll be interesting to see how they go down there. And if you don't win a few games, he'll just throw drinks at the fans. So, hey, it all works out. But moving forward here, no surprise. Washington, let's go. Ron Rivera. I'm not going to say I feel bad for him, but I did see a stat, and it's just mind-blowing. Ron Rivera did not have a successful time in Washington at all. And it really puts things in perspective how dysfunctional that franchise is. I saw a tweet from Schefter. Ron Rivera's Washington tenure was defined by obstacles, including 3 separate team names, 2 different owners, 8 starting quarterbacks, a 26-49-1 record. This is all along the same time that he was battling cancer. Like, good Lord, like you couldn't have had the deck stacked against you anymore if you tried.
I don't think you like Rivera because he played for the Bears.
I actually didn't mind him as a coach. I thought he did pretty good when he was in Carolina, but it never worked from day one when he went to Washington. It was just a complete car wreck.
I've never bought you a Christmas present, but I'm pretty fucking sure that you're getting a Rivera Bears jersey in 2024.
Fantastic. The neighbor needs something to start her fires with.
No, she doesn't. She's already got all your wood.
Figuratively. It's true.
Facts.
But some of the other stuff going around,
Herpes.
Sure. Not here, but hey, whatever.
Here.
with your OnlyFans account, who knows what goes on over there?
The best.
But Belichick was kind of on the hot seat, for the most part of this year. No surprise. When you post as little wins as he did this year, it's no surprise that people are going to start talking. Apparently, he's supposed to be meeting with the owner Kraft, talk about where they go from here. I don't know. Do you think he leaves? Do you think? I mean, he's not.
Nope. He finally has a top 5 draft pick. Are you kidding me? He's not going anywhere.
True. Well, I was going to say even
the ship.
I was going to say even if he leaves, he's not done. Like he's going to go somewhere else. I can't see him not doing something football related. Like the guy's been in it for his whole life. He's not leaving.
It's a power move.
Yeah. He did say though, if he'd be open to relinquishing the personnel aspect and just coaching. So I know there were talks of, hey, would you be open to hiring your own general manager, like hiring your own boss? I don't know how that goes, but that could be interesting. I don't know that he would take over GM only and hire somebody else to coach. I think he wants to be on the field. I don't see him being up in an office somewhere. He wants to be on the field with the guys. But he said he, was open to that possibility that, if it comes up. But with that being said, Tennessee just announced today that they fired Mike Vrabel. Who knows if he goes back to New England? I don't know how that scenario would work if Bill would go up to the office and be the GM and Vrabel take over head coach or vice versa. But I have to assume probably Josh McDaniels is going to, find his way back to daddy at New England. So you got him probably coming back. And then you got Vrabel. There's all talks of him leading right back to New England. I know me and you had talked. Obviously, he's got plenty of ties, and not to, change subjects here, but he's got plenty of ties at Ohio State. And let's be honest, Ohio State ain't doing too good last couple of years with their coach. So
literally bury a body tonight if they could get rid of it. It might be, I can't say his name, but Ian Ray A-Day? How the hell did that guy?
Yeah. Either way, the guy that's
lime in my fucking trunk. If you deliver me Mike Vrabel, the pride of Walsh Jesuit High School in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, to Columbus, baby, holy shit!
Does he have a brother? He does, doesn't he? Vrabel.
Ryan Day.
Vrabel.
don't know. I thought you were asking about witnesses.
No. For some reason, I thought Vrabel had a brother. I don't know. But anyway, he's got plenty of ties at, obviously, Ohio State, so
ate his brother in the womb.
it's possible.
He's a monster.
A lot of the talk has been, Vrabel with ties to Ohio State now that Ohio State's lost to Michigan twice. I believe they've lost 2 bowl games back-to-back. So that could be an interesting move. I don't know that they're going to move on from Day, but that was also before Vrabel was available. So I don't know what Day's contract looks like. That's a whole different situation. But do you think if he had the option to go back to New England or Ohio State, which one do you think he takes?
They'd have to. I don't think they're getting rid.
I don't think they're getting rid of Day.
No, I think they waited too long. I think they should have canned his ass right after that pathetic ass bowl game.
Yeah,
I think they should. I think they missed their opportunity. I think they should have done it right. Boom, bang, bang. Then, and then Vrabel Vrabel be in Columbus right now. We'd be announcing him. It'd be great. But Vrabel's going to end up probably end up going to New England.
Man,
he'll
can
go
you
there
imagine?
for a year, and then he'll be in Columbus next year.
Can you imagine? Just looking around. Not to jump ships here, but can you imagine the landscape of the Big Ten teams, specifically in this area? You got Granny Panties Harbaugh up in Ann Arbor. You got Day in Ohio. Could have Vrabel in Ohio. Fickle from Ohio in Wisconsin. James Franklin at Penn State. Man, that's some pretty good coaching, as far as the legit, tough teams. Now, granted, I don't know what the heck's happening in the West. The West is a complete joke now with them adding in all these, I don't know what you want to call them, the sunshine states out there. They got the high octane offense, and typically Big Ten's been all about pounding the ball in the defense. So that could get interesting. But that's for another day. I think if he goes anywhere, do you think he'd go to Los Angeles, the Raiders? Or I did see there's reports that they interviewed Kellen Moore, but do you think he'd go out there?
No. I don't think so.
I'm just thinking of teams that have established talent that just needs the coach. He's not going to Atlanta. He's not going to Washington. If he wants to coach this coming year, I've heard today, who knows, Schefter supposedly floated to McAfee that there's talks that Tomlin may be considering leaving. I think he'd fit in with that type of mentality, like hard-nosed grit, with
Vrabel
Pittsburgh.
would be a fantastic. Yeah, I heard Tone Diggs talking about that too. But
I don't think he would take it.
He would be a fantastic coach for the Steelers. With that whole dude, yeah, I pray to God that does not happen.
That defense would be so good with him there. I don't think he takes it though. I think he would. I think he would go back to New England first.
Man, New England.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting. I'm sort of surprised. I'm not going to lie. I'm sort of surprised. Surprised they fired him. I don't know, man. Pittsburgh's nice though. He played shit. He played there. Started his career there.
And that's the funny thing is the fact that they straight up fired him. They didn't relieve him.
Right.
They didn't go amicably both ways. So basically, they don't have to pay him. Like, that's the funny thing. He's off the hook, and he's got nothing now. So wherever he goes, they don't have to worry about another team picking up the tab or, anything like that. He's free to go.
God, I pray to God he doesn't go to Pittsburgh. I'm not going to bullshit you. If there's one landing spot, I hope he doesn't go, it's Pittsburgh. I hope not. I'd rather his ass goes to L.A.
He just does. I don't know. The type of coach he is and the way he does his press conferences and stuff, he seems like he would fit in perfect, obviously, in New England. Perfect in Pittsburgh. I can't see him at a place like New York or L.A., Vegas.
L.A.'s too soft. His ass will be brought up on charges.
That's what I'm saying. He could maybe swing it with like San Fran with the way that defense is. He could swing it over there, but I mean they don't need anybody right now. Yeah, I don't know.
He's
I
going
think
to
he'll
end up in
probably.
fucking Pittsburgh.
I think he'll probably go back to New England.
I think
And
he's going
I
to go
don't.
back to Pittsburgh. That's what I think he's going to do.
I mean,
I think my
maybe
life is over.
take advantage of this year while you can.
Well, time to go all in. Looks like I'm taking an NBA over.
Yeah. But last one here on the list. No surprise here. Jacksonville fires their defensive coordinator. Not really surprised. When the year ends the way that it did for them, it's kind of a given. But yeah, that's the latest as of now. The one game we didn't touch on, not a whole lot of surprise here. Packers beat the Bears yet again. They beat them 17-9. They do get that 7th spot. Hopefully, we'll see another defensive coordinator job open up there. So it could be interesting to see who takes that job. I'm sure they'll take the most logical possibility and punt on it. But we'll see. But with that said, we'll look at some of the quick rundowns here of the games this week. We got the Browns at the Texans at 4:30. We got Chiefs and Dolphins at 8 o'clock on Saturday. Sunday, we got Packers, Dallas, 4:30. We got Steelers, Bills at 1 o'clock. We got Rams, Lions, 8:15. And then Monday, we got Eagles, Buccaneers. Let me start off with, out of the teams who typically are notoriously not in the playoffs, typically the darlings of the dance this year, that being Browns, that being Dolphins, Lions, who do you think makes it the farthest? Or do you think all three of them get knocked out? Fandom aside.
Brian, the Browns definitely knock off the Texans. Oh, shit, that's the easiest matchup of the whole goddamn group. Lions, I think Stafford's going to come in here and burn that place to the ground.
Yeah.
Bucks.
What about the Dolphins?
Eagles.
Dolphins, Chiefs.
I think Dolphins got it. I don't care about cold weather, although Tyreek's ankle scares the shit out of me.
Do you think Dolphins have enough to make it past Baltimore, though? Because ultimately, I think that could be...
In Baltimore.
Not that I'm counting any other team out, but if it comes down to that matchup, that could be an interesting matchup between two high-powered offenses. I think Baltimore wins. To be honest.
I think Baltimore's healthier, especially with the week off. At Baltimore, yeah, man, Lamar's playing out of his mind.
So, all right. Looking at the standings right now, we got Bills, Steelers.
Yep.
We both think Bills, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Okay. We got Chiefs, Dolphins. I think Dolphins could squeak it out in a close one.
They better inject the shit out of that ankle. They're at number 10. Needs some shots.
I mean, it's hard to go against the Chiefs, but the way that the Chiefs have been playing this year,
they don't look good. Kelsey ain't done shit in the past.
The thing that concerns me with the Chiefs, the Dolphins are so beat up on defense, specifically the defensive side. Kelsey, take him out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he hasn't done shit in the eras, you know.
Receivers, it's hit or miss. They're all over the place. Oh, I heard it. Pacheco, that dude runs like a freight train.
I love him. They don't use him enough.
I know, but I'm saying if they have to rely on him with the way that
if they have to rely on him, they'll put in Jerick McKinnon.
But yeah, that's another story.
Makes no fucking sense.
With the way that he plays and the Dolphins being beat up, that could be a meal ticket for them. Could be. But like you said, they don't use him. I think the Dolphins could squeak by in a close one, maybe like a 17-14 game.
Last time they played, it was close.
I think Dolphins might be able to squeak this one by.
I'll take the Dolphins. The cold thing, Chiefs just don't scare anybody anymore.
No, not this year. Browns, Texans. I think the Texans offense is awesome. Like, it is fucking amazing. They play really well. With that being said, for as many injuries and for as much negative shit that Cleveland's had to put up with this whole year as far as injuries, that defense is second to none. Like, out of the teams playing this week between Buffalo, Steelers, Chiefs, Dolphins, Texans, Browns, out of the AFC teams, Browns handedly, no question, has the best defense out there. With that being said,
I mean, they just played him in December.
yeah, Stroud isn't a joke. He plays pretty damn good. But Flacco is like having a resurgence career here. And Njoku's fucking on fire. Cleveland's got a pretty decent running back tandem, I feel like. And their defense is, I mean, do they have any major injuries right now on defense?
Browns,
or is it mostly, yeah?
No, they're rested. They should be getting some people back. Shit,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Be coming back.
I was just going to say most of their key injuries were offense, from what I remember. So they're going to be almost full strength as far as defense goes.
Oh, he's still got a groin. Oh, he should be coming back soon.
I think 34-23 Browns. That's what I think.
I mean, shit, I like him putting up 34 points. Oh, shit, I would definitely take that.
Well, I mean, you look at what they did on Christmas Eve, 36-22.
Yeah, I would take that.
That's I'll say that. 34 20 what I say 34-23, something like that. I don't even remember now. Or like 34-27, something. But I think the Browns are I think they'll take it.
28-17.
All right. Texans. Cool. All right. Green Bay. Green Bay playing at Dallas. I'm kind of torn. Obviously, I'm a Green Bay fan, but I'm also smart enough to know that this team has no business being in the playoffs. Let's be honest. They struck lightning in a bottle. They played 3-4 mediocre teams down the stretch and limped their way into the playoffs, essentially. With that being said, if you look at the trend, they've had a lot of success. Now, granted, with different team, different quarterbacks, different players, but they've had a lot of success in Dallas in the past. With that being said, Dallas is also undefeated, I believe, this year at home. So the thing that concerns me is Jair. He's probably going to be matched up, or at least, God, I hope so, with CeeDee Lamb. I hope they don't do something stupid and put like Preston Smith on CeeDee Lamb. I'm not concerned about the Dallas running backs, although I should be because Green Bay can't stop anybody on the ground. Exhibit Tommy DeVito. My heart says Green Bay may sneak one out like 27-24, something, maybe a 24-21, 23-21. However, my head says 35-17 Dallas. I'm going to go with Dallas. Smart money says to go with Dallas. Man, I don't know, though. It's tough. Mike McCarthy knows. I would say Mike McCarthy knows a lot, how Green Bay likes to play, but they don't play the same ball as he did. Rodgers isn't there. Devontae's not there. None of the guys that McCarthy coached are there. Like, it's a whole different team, so he's got no ties to anybody there. They do have Al Harris at the defensive backs coach, so that'll be interesting. Again, my heart says Green Bay, but I'm going to go with Dallas. I think Dallas gets the win. Unfortunately, I think – what do you say?
31-24 Dallas.
Yeah. I think it could be a good 7 to 9 point game, I feel like. I think Dallas covers. I think Dallas covers. As much as I don't want to see it, I feel like it could come down to Dallas and San Francisco and a repeat of the 90s all over again, which is what I don't want to see.
I hope so. The 90s were better.
Fuck, they were. I got so sick and tired of seeing freaking Troy Aikman and Steve Young and Jerry Rice and Emmett every goddamn year. But
if you're tired, fill up a lap and take a nap.
I mean, regardless, if you're a Green Bay fan, you know the history. if you do get lucky and beat Dallas, chances are you're going to get your shit stomped against San Francisco because they haven't been able to beat San Francisco in, 5 outings now. So even if you're playing with house money and you do get lucky and get Dallas on an off day, you're going to get destroyed against San Fran anyway. So I don't know what's worse. Moving on, we already kind of touched on this a little bit, or you did at least. Dallas or Detroit Rams. I think it's going to be oh my God, welcome back. Thank you for everything, Matthew Stafford. And then after the coin flip, Stafford is going to rip Detroit a new one. Puka Nacua might set another all-time playoff record for rookies. Kyron Williams might score 3 touchdowns in this game. It's going to be – I don't think it's going to be close.
I hope not. I hope it's all Matthew Stafford all day, baby. I'm an MCDC fan.
I fucking hate him, but regardless.
Oh, I likes me some Dan Campbell.
What's
God,
the
some Dan Campbell, baby?
3? It's a 3-point spread. I think it's going to be wider than that.
No Stafford jerseys allowed.
They were saying that. I think McAfee was talking about that with AJ and the split jersey. Do you think you're going to see any Ram Detroit split Stafford jerseys?
God, I fucking hope, man. Only if AJ Hawk's wife is in the stands.
That would be the worst combination. Blue and gold, silver and blue.
Or the best.
Yeah, I think Rams. I think
green shirt, yellow and blue make green.
Yeah, I think. I
was just fillatiing the microphone for you, Jared.
Thanks.
Because I hit you with that primary color math.
You know your colors, but you can't read. I think Rams get the win here.
You're right.
30.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, you're right. Yeah.
31.
The Rams are going to win. Other than that, I don't know, but yeah.
31.
Nothing?
No.
That's bold, sir.
31-17. I think Golf's going to get desperate.
They're going to really do it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a bad situation in Detroit. And I think Stafford's going to get a not so welcome exit out the building. I think he's going to throw 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. And I think Golf, it's going to come down to like a late drive or something like that in the game, and Golf's going to throw a pick. Like, I'm just envisioning him collapsing like he did against Green Bay under pressure. And Aaron Donald's just going to get a sack and close out the game. That's how I think it's going to go.
Pretty good rating this year, though.
He does. But when you look at
honestly, I think it depends on Laporta, to be totally honest.
Yeah,
if
true.
Laporta doesn't play, I'm with you. If Laporta plays and how he looks,
I'll put it this way:
it'll be a hell of a lot closer.
If Laporta plays, I think it could be 31-28. I still think Rams are going to win, but I think it'll be 31-28. If Laporta doesn't play, I'm going 31-17. Rams in a rout. But I think Laporta.
Money line. Shit, you might want to get on that money line Rams.
I think Laporta at least gives him a shot to be competitive. If he's out, forget it.
Dude, what am I doing? I'm doing it right now. What the hell's wrong with me? I'm getting on the money line.
Last one here. Eagles, Buccaneers. I don't like either of them, to be honest. This is probably my least interesting game.
It's like asking which neighborhood kid I like the most. I don't like any of them. It's like the opposite of your kids. It's like, no, fuck them all.
Yeah,
Yeesh. Give me the Rams on the money. I'm putting money down.
What time is this game? Oh, it's a Monday night game too. It's the only game on. Oh, crap. I don't like it. I don't like the game at all. I have zero interest in the game. I could care less about the game. I mean, obviously, it's going to come down to A.J. Brown if he's healthy. If he's healthy, Eagles are going to get the win. If not, I think maybe Baker squeaks it out.
Ugh, God.
But I don't want to see Baker in anything more than I have to. I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. I don't like it.
I mean, I could use maybe 2 or 3 more progressive commercials just because.
But
I was there for the progressive commercials.
I mean, again, the Eagles feel like the NFC version of the Chiefs. Like, I just don't feel like they have it. They're not as dominant as they have been. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Hurts is getting beat up. A.J. Brown's getting beat up. The defense, I'm convinced that the defense thinks they're playing two-hand tap. I mean, that's across the whole league in general, but the defense is garbage. Like, their defense is horrible right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be an interesting. I mean, it's the only show in town on Monday.
I mean, Mike Evans could have a big day.
It's weird that there's a playoff game on a Monday night.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I was actually kind of surprised because, I mean, you have 2 games on Saturday. You have 3 games on Sunday. Why not put that other game on Saturday? Have 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. I thought that's what they usually do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Why not put a 1 o'clock? Why not put a 1 o'clock on Saturday? 1, 4:30, and 8.
So weird.
And then Sunday you have 1, 4:30, and 8.
They got it figured out, though. I don't know. They're maximizing their profits.
I'm surprised you don't put one on Friday. High school's over, college is over. Put one on Friday, put one on Saturday, put one on Sunday, one on Monday, and hey, you got Thursday. Throw one on Thursday too. Why not?
Cowboy rides into town on Friday. He stays 3 days. He leaves town on Friday. How is this possible?
I don't know. We don't do math on this podcast.
The horse's name is Friday, Jared. Gotcha.
You're an idiot.
Suckers.
Well, all right. That'll wrap up this one here. I don't know. I think probably the least I think probably the most interesting AFC game would be the Browns. I'd probably watch the Chiefs and the Dolphins just to see which of those high-powered offenses stalls. But as far as good games, I think Browns-Texans probably the most interesting AFC. Interesting NFC, I'll probably say Lions and Rams, to be honest. I'm hoping Packers, but I mean, obviously I'll watch Packers regardless, but I'm thinking Rams-Lions probably going to be the best game. But that'll wrap up this week with the Fifth Quarter Sportscast. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all that good stuff. If you want to interact with us on the socials, hit us up, 5THQ Sportscast. Go watch some playoff football. You got wildcard games again Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Take advantage, put some bets in. Could be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to check the injury reports and if you want to do any kind of props or anything. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who moves on and see who pushes San Fran and Baltimore next week. But with that being said, we'll wrap it up here and we'll see you guys next week.
The horse's name was Friday.